In this video I will show you how to dump the RV, meaning emptying the black and the gray water tanks. The gray water is in a separate tank that is all the water coming from the shower and from the faucets. The black water is the water that's coming from the toilet. There are two separate tanks, but the dump is happening pretty much all in one. With this model, the Coachmen Freelander RV, you cannot dump separately. Some other models allow to do that. For this one, you dump everything at once. You can check again the levels when you know it's ready to dump by checking the levels here. So the holding tank is the black water, the gray water tank is gray water tank, so they're both currently empty, so we don't actually have to do a dump, but I will show you the steps so you could do it if you're doing a longer rental and a longer use and you want to do that yourself. Otherwise we take care of that for you. It's part of the package. Okay, so all the supplies are in the back. In this bag it has black water. It has everything inside, including gloves and the hoses and everything that you need. So we'll go again to the other side where the gas is and the fresh water, and the thing we want to work with is this right here. So you would pull up your RV at a dump station pretty close to the hole. There's usually a hole in the ground that maybe has a lid on top. You move the lid to the side and you want it to be pretty close. So roughly like here or a little bit closer. So just about here is perfect. So just park your RV accordingly. And then you need to get out all of these supplies. I highly recommend you put gloves on. We have those elbow gloves that go all the way up. You can put both on or just one, up to you. But either way, you will wash your hands afterwards, and ideally you also sanitize. This is not a complicated process. The first couple times it might take a little bit longer, so plan some extra time, but after a while you get used to it. This is the hose that we use to clean this pipe for dumping, so do not use this for fresh water or anything else. That's why it's in the separate bag. One bag for all the dumping and the black water, and then there's another bag from a previous video with all the fresh water supplies. Don't mix those things together. And this you can touch on the ground because it's obviously for the dirty stuff. So this is the pipe that you use for the actual dumping. And you can see it's quite long, so maybe the hole is somewhere else, it's further away, you still have enough space to properly dump. So this is the side that goes into the hole into the ground, just like so. We're just making it up. And then this is the side that connects to actually here. So it has a cover on it, you unscrew the cover, and then you can unscrew also this. So nothing is coming out yet because there's these valves. So once we pull that, there would be stuff coming out. So you don't want to do that ahead of time. Just leave everything pushed in, plugged in. Now we connect this just by screwing it on. So everything is secure. Always double check. You don't want the stuff spraying everywhere. And then also double check that this is securely in the hole. Sometimes there's a lid and then you can just put the lid kind of on top a little bit like so. So it has some extra weight on it. You would make sure that all of this is nice and straight so it doesn't come up. And so in the real world scenario, you would just take the time to set this up correctly, but we're just making it up for now. So this goes into the hole, like so. Okay, so now everything is secured, you double check everything. Now we can do the actual dump. There's 3 steps pretty much to that. So this is the main valve. You would open that a little bit and then already the gray water is coming out. So all the water from the shower and from the faucet. So you pull that, you let some water come through for a little bit, and then you can close it again. And then you actually have to go to the other side to open the black water tank. Somehow, usually there's black and gray on one side, but for this model it's on opposite sides. I don't know why. But the black water the black water valve is right here. So this is from the black water tank, black water valve. So now you pull this one open. So you open that and then you go back to the front. So there's so many steps you have to walk around the RV, but actually pretty much just 3 steps. First the gray, then the black, and now the gray again. So now at this point the black one is open, and you pull this open too, so now it can kind of come out of the hose. So now everything will be dumped, both at once. And then once you're done and not much else is coming out, it's good practice to go inside and just flush the toilet a couple times, let the sink run a little bit, so you have some kind of clean water coming through the tanks and out through the pipes. So you give those pipes a little bit of a rinse, and then you close again those valves. So you close the black water first, you go on the other side, close the black water, and then you close the gray water, just push it in. Everything at this point then is secured, so now we can take apart all of that. You would do that by starting with this. On the RV side, you take that off and you put the lid back on immediately. And you keep holding this a little bit kind of up like so. And now we use this to rinse it. So now we can connect these 2 things. And this goes to a water faucet. Some dump stations have a special one for cleaning like this, and it says no fresh water. Some dump stations just have one faucet that's kind of for everything, so just use what you have. You plug it into the faucet, you turn it on, and what it does, as you can imagine, it's just spraying water through that hose, so it's cleaning it. Obviously this is still connected then to the hole in the ground, and you're cleaning out this whole pipe, this whole hose. Turn the faucet back off, you can disconnect that, and then if you made a bit of a mess, you can again spray this down on the outside a bit. You have gloves on obviously, so you can spray it down. You can spray the hose down, everything nice and clean. And then you also spray this down, the part that was in the hose, in the hole. So you just spray everything down a little bit with the water, just make it a bit more clean. There should definitely no pieces or any big things or so anymore. It should be just water clean, just sprayed it down. It's not super clean, but you sprayed everything down. Make sure that to disconnect, bring that up, because sometimes there could be stuff stuck in those turns, so that everything goes into the hole, and then you can put everything away. I know these are a lot of steps, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty straightforward and pretty easy. So if in any doubt, rewatch the video and just follow the steps precisely. At the very least, make sure that all the connections are tight and everything is tightly secured before you pull any levers to open those valves, so that everything actually goes into the hole and not anywhere else. So this is how you dump the Coachmen Freelander RV.